What's up? This is Trey T, and in this video, I will be giving my top 12 favorite adult themed animated shows of all time. Again, this is not what I think is the best, but these are the ones that I feel are my favorite. So I don't need nobody in the comment section saying, oh, this is not better than this, or why you don't have this on the list, and where's this, and blah, 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 blah. So starting off at number 12, I have home movies. Home movies mainly to me was funny, but like, cause Coach McGurk is probably to me the funniest character on the entire show. The relationship between Brendan, Melissa, and Jason is they have great chemistry together. And it was just overall funny that they trying to play soccer and they horrible at playing soccer. Coach McGurk is their soccer coach. And they at like school. But yeah, if you've never seen home movies, I suggest you check it out. Number 11, I have Family Guy. I know most people would probably have Family Guy way higher on their list. And like Family Guy used to be like that for me, but then over the years, like other shows, I just started liking other shows better. Like the earlier years of Family Guy, those are my favorite ones. When Stewie was like evil and Brian was just like a drunk, but now Brian is just annoying and Stewie is gay and annoying. Like Stewie don't even like come up with all the plans and stuff like he used to. So that's why I got Family Guy all the way at 11 now. At 10, I have Animaniacs. I loved Animaniacs growing up, man. Pinky and the Brain, the Good Feathers, like Good Idea, Bad Idea, like all that shit on Animaniacs is just golden. Like it was Steven Spielberg. He did his shit with Animaniacs. That was a great show. The whole Hello Nurse and the Wheel of Morality and Buttons and Mindy. Like it was so many different things. Like Pinky and the Brain ended up getting their own show based off how people liked them on the Animaniacs. At number 9, I have Gargoyles. Gargoyles was one of my favorites growing up. Gargoyles came out when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And like the characters had the character development of the Gargoyles was probably the best part. Like Demona was probably the most complicated character on the entire show. Like she just couldn't trust anybody. And it was mainly her own fault. And then when they started mixing in the whole Shakespeare and the Greek gods and the Roman gods and all that, that's when it got a little bit more interesting. So that's why I have Gargoyles at number 9. If you haven't watched Gargoyles or need to watch it, I'll suggest you go watch it. At number 8, I have Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'm gonna just Meatwad have me rolling on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Meatwad is my favorite character. Shake getting into it with everybody. I've watched so many episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, man. It's ridiculous. That's a good show. Then Ignignat and like when those two come down, the Moonanites, when they come down from the moon and they start fucking with everybody and shit, like it's just funny. At number 7, I have Young Justice. And I hate to even have to say this, but out of all of DC's like animated shows, Young Justice may be the best one. Like as far as like the seriousness of the show and the tone and all that, it may even pass Batman the Animated Series as being the most serious and realistic of the entire like DC universe. I'm still waiting for them to come out with a new season because I don't like the way that last season ended. Hopefully that's not the series finale. At number 6, I have Batman the Animated Series. I wish I could put this higher, but I can't. One of my favorite episodes on Batman the Animated Series is the one of the earlier episodes where Rupert Thorne and another mob boss get into it, and then Batman has to save him, and it like Batman the Animated Series is just, it's so many great episodes from that. It came out when I was like 3 years old. I suggest everybody watch it if you haven't already seen Batman the Animated Series. Number 5, I got X-Men. Man, I've rewatched X-Men the Animated Series so many times. Thank God, man, I wish I could have met Stan Lee. Stan Lee for making the X-Men and showing how minorities had to deal with such hate in the world. And like, you feel so sorry for all the X-Men throughout the series because all of them have their troubles. And like, every one of them had like their own episodes, multiple episodes where something happened to them where you just gotta feel for them. Like, to me, the ones that had it the hardest was Wolverine, Professor Xavier, Beast, Rogue, and Nightcrawler. Those ones had it the worst on X-Men. And X-Men had all the Marvel characters made cameos on there, or like they mentioned them or something. Red Skull was on there, Captain America was on there, Black Panther, Hulk, The Thing, Thor, who else was on there? Doctor Strange. Like this is back in 1994. That episode was back in like 1994 when they showed everybody. Deadpool, like, I was just it's mind-boggling. Like, if you thought Spider-Man had a lot of cameos, X-Men has all the cameos. The only one that didn't appear in like X-Men was like, other than The Thing, the Fantastic Four didn't appear. Spider-Man didn't physically appear because I think it was like some copyright shit. But his webs, somebody was shooting some webs, and that appeared on there. Bishop, Cable, it was the Sentinels, Mr. Sinister, all those appeared in X-Men Animated Series. One of the craziest things about X-Men Animated Series, and Kane the Conqueror was on there too. One of the best things about X-Men the Animated Series, and one of the funniest things, is that they had no answer for Apocalypse, really. Like, they could not mess with Apocalypse. Like, Apocalypse, and the thing is, if you watched from the very beginning and then you learn later on throughout the series that Apocalypse had been watching the X-Men the entire fucking series, that's what's crazy about this shit. And the best thing about this show is Apocalypse and his quote. That's why I was so mad at when X-Men Apocalypse came out, the movie, the live action movie. I'm like, this is not Apocalypse. I want the Apocalypse from X-Men Animated Series. That badass Apocalypse. This dude is not Apocalypse. At number 4, I have King of the Hill. Again, I've rewatched King of the Hill so many times. My favorite character on King of the Hill is Bobby Hill, and Dale Gribble. The characters I hate the most is probably Peggy Hill. I hate Peggy Hill. I like Mr. Strickland too. He's funny, but I hate Peggy. Peggy is just so self-absorbed. She thinks so high of herself. Like, Peggy is annoying. It was one episode on King of the Hill where Hank wants to do something, but Bobby is down because Bobby tried out for a play or something and he didn't get the part. And Peggy wants Hank to spend more time with Bobby. And then Joseph has some kind of lacrosse tryouts. So it's end up being like a cross match. Hank actually spends time with Joseph, and Dale spends time with Bobby working on his play. And that kind of like makes the sons disappointed that their own fathers don't want to spend time with them. So then Hank pretends to care about Bobby play, and then Bobby asks Hank if he would like to be in the play, and then Hank tells Bobby, "Son, I'm no actor." And then Bobby hit Hank ass with a, "Yeah, but could you at least act like a dad?" And then Hank whole face changed. Then Bobby said, "I learned that from Mr. Gribble. I should have learned it from you." So then that episode just shows how much, one example of the heart that King of the Hill had in it. At number 3, I have the Boondocks. For me, being a black dude, the Boondocks was special to me because you finally get a perspective from a black person. Because most of the animated shows that are written are produced and directed and written by predominantly white people. So for the Boondocks to come along and give the perspective of situations from the perspective of a black person or black people was very significant for me, because I like the stuff that I know and I've experienced myself, and I see it on the Boondocks. I can relate to it. So that's why I have the Boondocks at number 3. And Boondocks has so many classic episodes. The Santa Claus episodes, the episode where Obama got elected president, the episode about R. Kelly, the episode about the itis. Like it's so many memorable episodes of the Boondocks. At number 2, I have South Park. South Park could have been number 1, but I got something else at number 1, even though it's actually pretty close, because South Park the easiest way up that ladder to being number 1 almost. So it was almost a tough decision, because I almost put South Park as my number 1. But South Park just don't give a damn who they talk about. South Park don't care if you black, white, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, gay, straight, transgender. It don't matter. Atheist. South Park is gonna make fun of everybody. And the celebrities that they make fun of. And South Park, they don't just make fun of people. They actually point out where people are wrong and how situations should go. And, well, if you do this, this is why this happened, because you did it like this. And South Park has always been political. Always. No matter if you was a Democrat, Republican, independent, anything, South Park gonna call out everything from both sides, from all sides. So that's why Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they did their shit with South Park, and it's still going strong, which is something I can't really say about my number 1 pick, which is The Simpsons. I have The Simpsons number 1 because of all the great episodes they gave us in the beginning. But I haven't watched The Simpsons in years now, because I feel like it's become, now The Simpsons came on, The Simpsons are older than me. So I understand it's hard coming up with ideas for 34 years. I understand that. But to me, it's like The Simpsons lost its heart and its soul. It's just cold now. It used to be that Homer used to be slow. Homer has now gone from slow to being stupid. Slow and stupid are not the same thing. Slow is it takes you a while to catch on, you don't know any better. Stupid is you know it, but you do it anyway. Case in point, if Homer is it was one episode where it was a whole bunch of trash cans scattered around, and Homer was trying to sneak around without making any noise. He was okay, I gotta be very, very, very quiet. And then he tripped over the trash cans for 30 seconds, and then got up. Okay, shh. I gotta make sure I make no. Really? 30 seconds of that. That's like Sideshow Bob stepping on that rake. The first 2 times, maybe even 3, is funny. But when you get to 6 and 7, 8 times and you still doing it, like, that's when the Simpsons went from trying to make me laugh to it felt like they were trying to force me to laugh. Like, naturally trying to make me laugh is good, but when you just throwing random, like, just horrible joke after joke after joke to try to, okay, laugh, are you laughing yet? Laugh. Like in the beginning, remember the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror? Those episodes used to be great. Now it's just boring now. And now they get all these celebrity cameos. Who's the hot celebrity right now? Like, all the old celebrities back in the day, those episodes were the memorable episodes. Now they just get celebrities and for one time and you don't even remember the episode after that. So yeah, for me, the Simpsons were probably the golden age for the Simpsons were probably season 1 through like 4 or 5. To me, the Simpsons were still good, like really, really good, all the way up to like season 10. And then from season 10 to maybe season 16, they were good, not great. And then after 16, 17, they just kind of went downhill. Like, after the Simpsons movie, it was just, like, boring and annoying. And then you changed the pool. And then, like, it was just so much stuff going on. But, yeah, so those are my top 12 favorite adult-themed animated shows of all time. Tell me your favorite shows in the comment section and subscribe to the channel, like and comment. More videos coming soon. Trey T out. Peace.